As we round the corner from week 7 of the college football season, look to week 8. Guess what we find for ourselves there, huh? Nothing but the third Saturday in October. You got Bama going to Tennessee. Bama right now, as of Sunday morning, a 1.5-point favorite. Will that be the case as we move into next week? I don't know, but that's what it is right now. Both just survived their previous opponent. Bama sweating it out against South Carolina. Tennessee takes overtime to beat Florida. What are we thinking when it comes to this game? This is an early look segment. This is not a prediction segment. Our prediction segment will come on Tuesday during the live show, 11 a.m. Eastern. All right, so lock in so you don't miss that. Want you a part of this, want you subscribed. But again, our pick is coming for you on Tuesday during that 11 a.m. Eastern live show right here on the Hard Count. But some things we're looking at here, man, like this is a talking point for a minute here for us. Can Tennessee find it on offense? Can they find it? Because they have not looked very Josh Heupel-like over the course of the last few games, man. Scored under 30 since the last couple of games. Nico has thrown under 200 yards in every SEC game they've played. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? And that sounds a little bit too simplistic of a way to put it, just to ask what's going on. But, like, I think when you look a little bit deeper at this thing, there is the blueprint out there right now from Oklahoma in stopping Tennessee's offense. So far, Arkansas has followed and executed that. So far, Florida, as well, a very gettable Florida operation, has followed and executed that. So if you're going to beat Alabama, who's also, just to be real, a pretty gettable defense, you got to find a way to generate something in the pass game here. Like I said, Nico Iamaleava under 200 yards in every SEC contest at this point in the year. Now, we spoke about blueprints in stopping Tennessee's offense. There's also a blueprint out there in scoring on Bama's defense, okay? Vanderbilt and Diego Pavia, I think, kind of set the precedent there. South Carolina came very close to executing that to a win for themselves. Within that blueprint, though, speaking of Diego Pavia, the Vandy quarterback, and speaking to Lenora Sellers, the South Carolina quarterback, what those two guys have in common when it comes to what they did against Bama, they were just playmakers. And playmakers can mean a lot of things. To me, it means they found plays that weren't exactly called within this football game to give their team a chance to win. I'm talking off script. I'm talking, off platform kind of throws, scramble drill, making it happen, athleticism, making it happen with their legs, all those things. I think Nico Iamaleava, quite frankly, is more than physically gifted enough to do those things that Diego Pavia and Lenora Sellers were able to do against Alabama. Can they execute, though? Can you find it? Also, it's worth noting here, as Bama is, struggled the last couple of weeks in some ways defensively, they're going to try and shore up what they haven't done well on that side of the football. So are the same plays out there that South Carolina had when it comes to the Tennessee game? Remains to be seen. But when we talk about how to beat Bama, got to win in space. Have to win in space. So as much as you talk about Nico Iamaleava, got to be the guy, Squirrel White, got to make plays in space. All right, Dante Thornton, got to make someone win, or got to find a way to win in space. Like, that's going to be, I think, crucial when it comes to ultimately winning this football game. Is the Alabama secondary able to play honest enough against Tennessee offensively to where they don't have to commit extra resources to winning in the box? Because previously, you've seen teams like Oklahoma just pretty much have their depth and have their soft coverage against Tennessee and just like, hey, this is who we are. We're not backing up. We're not scared of y'all when it comes to your playmakers. And when that happens now, it allows the rest of that front seven to go hunt in the run game. All right, now Dylan Sampson is a load to bring down, so best of luck to you. Tennessee is running the football at a clip of 63%. Translation, it's no mystery what they're going to do. They're coming north and south at you. Dylan Sampson getting downhill at you at a really effective rate. Just had another 100-yard game against Florida. Like, that's what he does. That's who he is, okay? So when you talk about Tennessee, man, a lot of it to me is if you can take away the run game and put the game on Nico, as funny as it is to say out loud, I think that's the formula you need to follow. However, if you got to add in extra numbers to stop the run, if you're Alabama, you got to bring that safety down, whatever it ends up looking like. At that point, then Nico Iamaleava has a chance to, I think, capitalize on his own physical giftings and on their own matchups they might like in the pass game. So on the flip side of that, can Tennessee get after Jalen Milroe? Because we saw South Carolina do it at a really high level. Now, make no mistake, South Carolina, I think, has multiple NFL dudes on that front seven, especially on the edge there with Dylan Stewart and Kennard. They had 4 sacks last week. I guess this past week in week 7. What does that do? Forces bad decisions, creates unideal situations for your offense, puts you behind the sticks, limits you offensively. All those things, that happens, favors Tennessee, okay? Like, let's be real here. James Pierce, this is your game, brother. This is your game. Everyone's talking about him being a top 10 pick, top 15 pick. This is the game against Alabama with everyone watching where you go put some money on tape. James Pierce is an absolute freak show off the edge. This is the game you gotta have it. Because if Jalen Milroe is able to have time back there, and then he's able to maybe get the quarterback run game going, then at that point, Alabama's a step ahead. And when they're a step ahead, the whole playbook is open. You saw this happen against Georgia. You have Jalen Milroe on the perimeter, and then the running backs get to eat too because you're worried about Milroe tucking and running. And then you have guys open downfield because you can't roll coverage to Ryan Williams. And then overall, it's just like this snowball effect. Bad situation, bad operation if you're Tennessee, and it's something you got to avoid. Jalen Milroe momentum getting into a reality there. So what's at stake here? Number one, it's a rivalry. That in itself is good enough. College football playoff, all those things, that's like new college football. Those are like new things that we talk about. This game in itself means everything to both fan bases. So make no mistake about it. That is what is most important here, is the rivalry factor for Alabama and Tennessee. On the new college football front, Alabama, man, if you lose to Tennessee and you have a 10-2 Bama with a loss to Vandy there, like, do you get in? Maybe. Do you need some help? Probably. Do you feel a lot better if you beat Tennessee and can find a way to win out at 11-1? Like, yeah, that would be the route you got to go. Tennessee, same deal. Like, you're thinking college football playoff. Does a loss to Bama sink you? I don't know. But again, I don't think either one of these want to risk it. Because look at what they have left, man. Alabama still has Missouri. They got to go to LSU. Tennessee has Georgia and Kentucky. Y'all, they got to go to Vandy. Just ask Bama about going to Vandy and how that is. The bottom line here is the margin is extremely thin, if not zero, for both these teams when it comes to their playoff aspirations. This is a big one. Because of the rivalry, because of the new college football stakes with the playoff. But third Saturday in October, man, it's going to be a movie. We'll give you our prediction in that game again Tuesday right here on this platform on the On3 YouTube channel on this show, The Hard Count, live and live in color at 11 a.m. Eastern. So lock in right here. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time.